right? Recently, all right, about a few years back, students who have very good foundation in the secondary school, very good N-level results, they qualify for Polytechnic Foundation program without having to sit for the O-level exam. And after the foundation program, they will move on to first year of the diploma course. Now, for students who are not able to gain admission through the Polytechnic Foundation program, they can still have a chance to reach Polytechnic through ITE via the higher NITEC course. After the 2 years higher NITEC course, they will move on to the Polytechnic, and from Polytechnic, they can move on to university. Even if the students are not able to move on to higher NITEC course, they can still pursue a NITEC course at ITE, move on to higher NITEC course before proceeding to Polytechnic and then the university. And of course, there is the usual route. We have students who prefer to go through the O-level route. They will come back to the school and get themselves admitted into Set 5N, at the end of which they will sit for the O-level before moving on to Polytechnic and then to the university, or they can also move on to the JC route. Now, as you can see in this slide here, for the normal tech streams, all right, there is a similar pathway, all right. For all normal tech students, the route is through ITE, a NITEC course, moving on to higher NITEC course, and then to Polytechnic and the university. So for all the three streams, regardless of stream your child is in, there is an opportunity to reach university level of education, all right, as you move along the various pathways. Now, Unity Secondary School is a school of opportunity. Being in Unity is an opportunity for for your child to have lots of opportunities for holistic growth as well as development. Let me share with you about the school, all right, deeper into the school, what the school is all about. This is our school philosophy. We believe that every child is unique, every child is different, every child has their own strength, and they have the potential to be developed, and they can be an inspiration to others. And it is this philosophy that guides us in our day-to-day interactions with the students, that guide us in educating and nurturing our students, and it also guides us in drawing up the programs and activities for our students. It is our mission to develop our students to be resilient and future ready with a passion to serve and lead. Resilient is a very important value. All right. In fact, now we are already in a world that is very volatile, a world that is full of complexity, full of ambiguity, and full of uncertainties. The value that carried us through this world to navigate through this VUCA world is the value of resilience. And it is in unity that we instill this value of resilience in your child. And at the same time, we equip them with the skills, knowledge, and competencies for them to be future ready to face the world. And of course, with a passion to serve and lead others. And it is our vision, right, to prepare our students for the future so that they become lifelong learners and inspiring leaders. Now, in all our programs, even in our day-to-day interactions, we instill the value of respect to our students. Respect is an important value for our students. We want our students to respect themselves and respecting others. We also want our students to have a compassion for others, at the same time to be committed to whatever they have been assigned to have the value of integrity, and to persevere whenever they come across challenges. And these values we acronym it as recipe, because it is indeed these values that will bring them for future success. At the end of the Sec 4 and 5 students, education in the school, we want our students to graduate as a confident person, all right? And as a confident person, we hope that our students will be able to think independently, become an effective communicator with good interpersonal skills, and being able to collaborate with others effectively. The world that your child goes in will require a lot of collaboration, all right, with people within the country and across the country, even across the globe. And it is in unity through our, even in the classroom interactions, we give them opportunities to collaborate with one another in their learning. We also want our students, all right, to be self-directed learner, to take responsible for their own learning, and they always question, all right, the issues that they have in they come across, and even the learning materials. And we always encourage them to reflect And at the same time, we will also level up their digital skills because the world that they're going to will be a digital world. So indeed, digital literacy is one of the key areas that we develop your child in. We are never alone in this world. We are always in a community. So, as a member of the community, we want our students to learn to respect others, to have empathy for others, and willing to serve others. And in order to do that, we always keep our students informed about the world and the local affairs. Now, the VUCA world that your child will be going through will require a lot of problem solving. And that is where we train your child, we equip your child with the skills and competency to be a critical and inventive thinker so that they're able to problem solve and be innovative in the search for solutions. Now, how do we achieve all this? It is through our Unity Total Curriculum. Now, what is our Unity Total Curriculum? All right, it is all the experiences which are planned or unplanned, which our students encounter throughout their stay in Unity Secondary School. Our Total Curriculum consists of two areas, which is the academic program and also the student development program. As in all other schools, the academic programs will cover the various subjects as listed here. But the ones in blue here in this slide here, what is unique for Unity Secondary School is that we even have opportunities for our students to go deeper into the subjects or areas of interest. And that is in our talent development program. In fact, our talent development program is a bottoms up initiative, all right, which is crafted by our very own teachers for students who wants to go deeper into the learning of subjects. So for example, leaders of English program, all right, in this program, students who are very interested in the learning of English language will have the opportunity to learn beyond the syllabus. They learn to write poems, all right, they attend workshops by Singapore renowned poets. They learn to do script writing, and we also enter them for essay writing and creative writing competitions. And students in this program also get the opportunity to produce newsletters for the other students. And all their creative writings are actually captured in our publication. For students who wants to go deeper into the learning of mathematics, we have advanced mathematics program, and these students will have the opportunity of organizing mathematics week for the whole school. They also have the opportunity of participating in local and even international competitions. Our Young Scientists program is for students who are very interested in science. In this program, the students will have the opportunity even to work on projects with our local scientists. The newest addition to this talent development program is our Design Innovation program, which is helmed by our Craft and Technology department. In this program, students will have the opportunity to learn problem solving skills and also to come up with design and also to design solutions in order to solve authentic problems. And what is also unique to Unity Secondary School is our applied learning program. All right. Our applied learning program is biotechnology in food sustainability. As you have read in the papers, all right, food supply is of a concern in most countries. And this is where we train our students to think of solutions of how we can sustain the food supply, especially for our citizens. All right, under the student development program, we are very strong in student leadership development. Our student leadership development, all right, we adopted the leadership challenge model by Jose and Poshner. We gave opportunities for our students, right, to hone their leadership skills and to lead others in the form of class committee or class council, CCA counselors, leaders of team, and even unity counselors, where they will serve the student population. Now, for our NT students, all right, looking at the profile of NT students who are very into hands-on learning, applied learning, the teachers have come up or have crafted an NT development curriculum which equips the NT students with communication skills, which they learn beyond the syllabus, all right, team building, all right, and also problem solving skills. And our Learning for Life program, which is a character development program, we hope to hone the leadership skills of our students through outdoor challenge and sporting adventures. In a nutshell, our Unity Total Curriculum, all right, aims not only to develop the character and academic competencies of our students, but it also gives opportunities for students to discover their passion and interests and to deepen their learning. Now, all this is carried out in a culture of lifelong learning and also in a culture of growth mindset and in a caring environment. This is an overview of the subjects that your child will be doing at lower secondary level, right? Yes, your child will have to cope, all right? On average, about 10 subjects which will be assessed. Not to worry, we will support your child in their learning. For upper secondary, for parents who are interested, what are the subject combination that we offer for our upper secondary students? For express students, we do offer pure sciences as well as additional maths. We also offer pure humanities subject. All right, we have offered pure geography in the past, and we are still offering pure literature. All right, this is for students who are more inclined to the humanities areas. For normal academic stream, we do offer additional mathematics. And for the normal tech students, all right, not all schools offer science, but in Unity, all our normal tech students will do science because we see this as a good value for them as they pursue the courses in ITE. We believe that all Unitarians can learn, and the teaching and learning approach that we adopt in Unity Secondary School in all our classes is an active learning approach. Your child will be actively learning whether to use ICT or they have group discussion, and they will have collaborative uh, work to do with one another, either online or offline, right? And we have also put in place a self-paced blended learning where students can learn at their own pace and own time. All right, some of you may be asking what is our overall O level and L level results. Okay, I just share with you our latest GCN and O level results. For the N level results, all right, every year, percentage of our students who are promoted to Set 5N is above the national percentage. For last year, it was 82.1%. We have close to 20% of our students who are eligible for Polytechnic Foundation Program. That means they go straight into the Polytechnic without having to come back and sit for 5N. And for those who are not eligible for Polytechnic Foundation Program, many of them will go through the ITE route, doing higher NITEC before proceeding to Polytechnic. And we have more than 70% of our students who qualify for this program. For our normal tech students whose route is direct entry to ITE, 90% of our students, all right, pass with at least 3 N level. A requirement to enter into ITE is a minimally of 3 subjects achievement. For the O level results, every year we have more than 90% of our express stream students who are eligible for Polytechnic and A level. And for our 5N students, all right, at least 80% of our students are eligible for Polytechnic and A level. So I mentioned just now about our applied learning program as our distinctive program. These are the objectives of the applied learning program. As you can see, all right, it is something that they learn beyond the textbook, beyond the syllabus, all right, and it is hopefully with this knowledge that they will learn how to problem solve the real issues, in this case, in the area of food shortage. So these are the modules that has been watered down, crafted by our um, HOD and level head for science, all right, and these are taught during the curriculum time. Okay, and as you can see, the title of these modules, they are actually the modules that are also found in the Polytechnic, but it is a very watered down version, right? And for Sec 3, the ALP will continue into Sec 3. At Sec 3, they will go through learning journeys to facilities involving biotechnology based industries, and they will also attend workshops, all right, in the Polytechnic. And as I mentioned, the Young Scientist Program, these are the programs that we have for students who are very interested in science. We do have students who are A-stars scholarship holders. Every year we have at least 2 students who are awarded this scholarship. And these students have the opportunity to have attachment with A-star. For Learning for Life program, all right, it is a 3-year program for all our students, and this is where their leadership skills and life skills are taught, all right, through adventure and sports activities. So all our Sec 2 students will go through an outdoor program. All right. Over the years, they have gone from for kayaking, and this year, all right, they went for dragon boating. For when they reach Sec 3, they will attend the Outward Bound School at Pulau Ubin. Unity Secondary School offers direct school admission exercise for basketball and volleyball. Now, even we admit students for through this DSA for basketball and volleyball, we ensure that the students are holistically developed. We don't bring students just to bring in glory to the school in these two sports. We actually monitor the academic for performance as well as their growth in other areas. Very close monitoring, and extra lessons are also conducted for them because these are the students who are very actively involved in the sports training, and sometimes they do miss lessons, but we usually have a make-up lessons for them, and we monitor their performance at every school assessments. For our student leadership program, we equip our students with, or we hone the leadership skills to be leaders of self, leaders of others. That is where they serve in the class committees, leaders of teams. That is where they serve in the CCA, and leaders of leaders. That is the pinnacle in our student leadership structure, where they become unity counselors. And this is our training map for them, all right, the outcomes and the skills that we equip our students with in the student leadership development program. We actually adopted the leadership challenge model by Jose and Poshna. These are the talent development programs that I mentioned just now. All right, all our Sec 1 and Sec 2 students, we also want them to be a confident person. And one of the way to develop their confidence to be creative and resilient is to put them through our 8-week aesthetics module. Right, and in this 8-week aesthetic module, the students will be given an option to learn either a musical instrument or to do vocal training, to learn dance movement, or even visual arts. We also have internationalization program for our students. Every year, all right, our students, Sec 3s, all right, will go for international um, visits, all right. These are the countries, right. We also have an exchange program with a school in India, the Rama Devi Public School, all right. It's either we go over to Hyderabad, India for the exchange program, or the students will come over to Unity Secondary School for their exchange. It is indeed an enriching experience for our students. All right, we have a range of CCAs. All right, just to give you a flavor of the CCAs that we have, our UGs are doing very well in the proficiency unit proficiency award. All of them at least with a silver, most of them with a gold award and distinction award. Our performing arts are doing pretty well in the SYF arts presentations over the years. Our choir, all right, has been sustaining certificate of distinction, and they have also been invited, all right, to participate in the National Day Parade. Okay, we are the only school in Singapore that offers Indian orchestra, right? The rest of the performing arts CCAs are quite similar to other schools. We have speech and drama too. And for our basketball, these are our achievements, all right. In the West Zone, we do very well in the West Zone. We have been coming up top 3 positions in the West Zone Championship, and that qualifies us for the national, both C and B, as well as for the boys and girls team. And our basketballers are also doing well, not only in the local competitions, they have been selected, all right, to represent Singapore in the regional competition. And this is one example. We have several in the years before this. And I'm very proud to share with you that one of our basketballers, all right, Esther Lim, who is currently in Ngee Ann Poly, all right, who was a 4NA student. She managed to gain admission through the Polytechnic Foundation program. All right, she is a very skillful basketball player. She has represented the school and Singapore in the regional competition. At the same time, she's also doing very well in her studies. The sports group, these are the range of CCAs in our sports group. And in the clubs and societies, we have Environmental Science Club, and we also have um, Library Club. Now, in all our programs, all right, the key enabler to our student development program is our staff. And I want to assure you, we have a team of very strong, committed, and dedicated staff. They work very hard to ensure that the students achieve their potential. All right. And in the afternoons, you will see them having intervention programs, even one-to-one consultation. And our teachers are also doing well in their area of work. They have been receiving national and awards. All right. For example, our Madam Nora has achieved a national award for Malay Teacher Award. Mr. Wong Yifong, our SH for Student Leadership, is an Outstanding Youth in Education Award. And then we have other teachers who have been presenting papers at international conferences. And they have also been receiving awards for growing the teacher fraternity. And recently, for this year, I'm proud to share with you one of our young teachers received an Inspiring Teacher of English Award. And one of our HOD, Mr. Scott Chew, has been awarded the Global Enterprising Educator Award for going the extra mile. All right, for especially for our normal tech students and normal acad students, he has been getting Halogen Foundation to collaborate the school organizing entrepreneurship courses for our students. And also recently, one of our teachers, in fact, as level head for English language, has been awarded, Mr. Timothy Chia has been awarded the Academy Award for Professional Development, the Innovator Award. And this is also to show you the commitment, the level of care that our officers, both EOs, education, and even the admin staff, all right, they have been given the MOE Service Excellence Award for their dedication and care, showing care and concern, all right, to the clients, and also for the work attitude that they have shown throughout their work. As Malcolm X said, that education is a passport to the future. All right. And it is in Unity Secondary School, we believe that whatever we do, our aim is to prepare our students for the future which is a VUCA future. All right. And that is why we engage our students actively in their learning, we monitor their progress, and we ensure that no child is left behind. So I hope you have benefited from this short sharing about the school. I thank you for your virtual presence here and like to wish everyone a pleasant weekend. Over to you, Camelia.
Thank you so much, Madam Aini. So right now we will actually go ahead to answer some of the questions that some of the parents have been using our microsite platform to ask questions as well as the live session. So continue giving us your questions. We will try our best to answer to our best ability. Now, for questions relating to academic, can I invite Mr. Daniel Ong, our Vice Principal, to answer them? So our first question, Mr. Ong.
All right, thank you, Camelia. Good afternoon, parents. Welcome once again to Unity E-Open House. Now, this is the first question that I have, burning question regarding the cutoff point for Express O-Level and Normal Acad. Now, for 2020 intake, our cutoff point for the Express is 219, and the range was from 219 to 251, and the mean score is 224.5. For NA, our cutoff was 169, and range from 169 to 191 with a mean of 176.1. And for the NT, the cutoff is 104. Now, we've gotten a few questions at the previous session and this session as well. Parents did ask what happens if my child gets 212 or 214. Does he or she stand a chance to come to our school? Let me just share with you that this 219 for 2020 is just an indicative score. The cutoff point may change by a few points depending on supply and demand, and also number of places we offer for 2021. Now, over the last 10 years, our cutoff point for Express ranges from 212 to 223. So if your child say gets a score of 215 and wishes to apply for Unity, I would say go ahead and try. Can I next question, please? Now, in terms of performance and national exams, I just want to reiterate what Manny has shared. Our students performed generally very well at the national exam, with 95% of Set 4 Express students qualify for polytechnic and at least 70% qualify for junior colleges or MI. And for Set 4 normal acad students, at least 80% of them qualify for Set 5N, and they're allowed to move on to Set 5 to do their O level. Many of them have chosen other paths to do poly foundation course or direct poly program. Next question. This is a question raised by NA parents or NT. Now, the question is regarding opportunity for lateral transfer for students from NT to NA or NA to Express. Yes, we do have a provision for students who have done well, except one, for them to move from either NT to NA or NA to Express. Now, for students to qualify for lateral transfer, they must obtain at least 70% overall marks and deemed to be able to cope with a more demanding course. And we will sit down together with parents and students and discuss what's the best option for the child. So for every year, we average about 5 to 10 students who are eligible for transfer to NA to Express or NT to NA. All right, that's all for me. Thanks, Camelia.
Thank you, Mr. Ong, for answering some of the academic questions. Now, moving on, we also have questions pertaining to support given to Sec 1 students, especially since we know it is a new environment, a new experience. And for that, we have Mr. William Bow, your head, to answer some of the questions. Mr. William, please.
Hi, good afternoon, parents and students. So I'll be answering questions on this on how will Unity Secondary School support students with learning needs. So as the saying goes, right, it takes a whole village to raise a child. So in Unity, we believe in the whole school approach, where at the school level itself, the school leaders, the year head, assistant year head, and also the relevant KPs will actually meet up with the form teachers at a termly manner itself to discuss on students' progress and also to decide on plan on some intervention support program for the students. And of course, at the same time, we do have our allied educators who specialize in learning support, learning behavioral support itself. That's where our learning behavioral support officer itself will work with the students to determine the level of support and intervention required on that. Yeah. Next question. So how many Sec 1 classes do we have? We are expecting 4 classes of Express stream, 2 NA classes and 1 NT. Okay, and how are they grouped? So normally our Sec 1s are grouped based on equal distributions between the gender and ethnic groups. At the same time, we try to ensure that every classes will have a average, same average T-score. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. William. Now, in Unity, I think some of the parents who have joined us from the start, you would know that we say that every Unitian can be a scientist. And we see in the chat group right now, some parents and students, they have been expressing interest about our ALP, our Applied Learning Program. Now, Mr. Arul, maybe you can share that aspect of our distinctive program.
Thank you, Camelia. Yes, I think our principal, Madam Maini, has said quite elaborately well on the distinctive program of the applied learning program that we have on biotechnology and food sustainability. I will say a bit more. As we know, the Singapore is gearing towards being 30% self-sufficient in food production. And I think food sustainability is one of the major issues that globally everybody is looking at. It's just not a problem in Singapore, it is a global issue. So there is an urgent need to address food sustainability. And Unity is leveraging on the biotechnology to help students gain skills in different areas of science to solve real world problems. So our students in secondary 1 to secondary 3, they have a comprehensive curriculum to follow, where they learn microscopy work, microbiology work, plant tissue culture, food-based composting, hydroponics, and we also collaborate with the craft and tech department to give our students skills in programming and microgrid as well. We also have a talent development program called the Young Scientist Program, where the students in the Young Scientist Program actually fulfill the tier 2 of our applied learning biotechnology in food sustainability. Students in the Young Scientist program have deeper exposure to research work, higher level research work. They have opportunities to work with scientists in different tertiary institutions as well as the industries. And some of our YSP students have also been awarded the A-Star scholarship over the past 2 years because they fulfill the requirements for the scholarship due to the wide exposure and the kind of projects that they undertake. Some students may have questions on, some parents may have questions on how does this distinctive programs help students beyond secondary school. I think basically students who have all these exposures stand an added advantage in interviews when they are going for early admission exercise for polytechnic or even the JCs. And yes, so these are the advantages that the students get, and definitely the deeper learning also enhances their learning in the academic area of science. Yes, that's all I have. Thank you, parents. Please keep your questions coming in the chat.
Thank you, Mr. Arul. So, parents, your child is very much into research science. I think Unity Secondary School is definitely your choice, the school of choice. Now, I'm very sure that for all parents, I think CCA is a big topic for both your child and yourself. And in secondary school, there are a variety of CCAs to choose from. So we will invite later on Mr. Loh Fan to discuss a little bit, to share a little bit about CCAs as well as our Learning for Life program. So Mr. Loh, please.
Thank you, Madam Camelia. Yes, you're right. Our school offers a variety of CCA experiences. We have 4 CCA groups, namely the UG, the Uniform Group, the Sports, Performing Arts, and last but not least, the Society. So in uniform groups, we have the NCC Air, NPCC, Girls Brigade, and Scouts. For sports, our school has both boys and girls team in basketball, track and field, and table tennis. And for football, it's only for the boys, and for volleyball, we have the girls team. In performing arts, we have the concert band, the choir, modern dance, speech and drama, and Indian orchestra. As for the clubs and society, we have the media club, the library club, the environmental science, and a newly set up art club. Okay, next. There's also a question whether there will be trials for CCA. Yes, there will be trials during the CCA open house, as well as during a 6-week long Set 1 CCA experience program. So during the trial, we will assess the suitability of the students for the CCA. Next. Okay, for our Learning for Life program, we are doing lead through outdoor and sports adventure. It is a journey that which all our students take by 2 types of adventures, the outdoor and the sports adventure. The outdoor adventure focuses on acquiring land and sea outdoor environmental skills to prepare the students for land and sea expedition during the Sec 3 or OBS. The sports adventure, on the other hand, focuses on sports game skills and concept to prepare for recreation competitions. The aim of our LLP is for students to achieve lifelong mastery, develop an interest to play, and enjoy outdoor and sports activity beyond their schooling years. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Loh. All right, so parents, we hope that we have addressed the main bulk of your questions and your queries. Now we actually have our students to share with all of us their experiences in Unity Secondary School. I will welcome Victoria Wong as well as Nicole Tan, who actually have just finished their O-level examinations. So we will welcome both Victoria and Nicole.
Good morning, parents. I am Victoria Wong, and I am the president of the 9th Unity Council, and I was from class 43. Next to me is Nicole Tan, the vice president, and she was from class 41. We understand the anxiety all parents have when it comes to choosing a suitable secondary school for your child. and both of us graduated Unity Secondary this year, and hence we'll be sharing about our journey as a Unitian and hopefully give you an insight as to why Unity Secondary should be your school of choice. I entered Unity in 2017 and was greeted by enthusiastic seniors who planned the Secondary 1 orientation for us so that we can get to know our classmates better. These seniors are also known as Unity counselors. They made us feel very welcome and comfortable in this school, hence your child will have no trouble adjusting to the new environment just like we did. Orientation is a week of interactive and informative activities for students to pick up new skills such as study and communication skills. We also went through what most parents and students will be interested about, which is the new subjects taught. We learned subjects such as literature, design and technology known as D&T, history, geography, food and consumers education known as FCE, as well as art. We were a bit overwhelmed at first upon hearing of these massive changes compared to primary school, but our caring form teachers and subject teachers guided us through this process. The school also provided a conducive environment for us to study after school. Speaking of enjoyable, our school does not only focus on the academic results, but also cultivating our talents. An example would be the aesthetic education module known as AEM, which offers guitar classes, hip-hop dancing, and singing. Although I personally am not an amazing dancer, I enjoyed the dancing module the most as it allowed me to step out of my comfort zone and make friends from other classes taking the same module. This taught me more on a key school value, which is perseverance, because I pressed on despite not being the best at dancing and being inexperienced with performing on stage.
Moving on, Unity ensures that their students are well informed and knowledgeable in choosing their subject combination at Secondary 3 through talks and consultation by our career guidance counselor. In my case, after taking pure biology, I took an interest in becoming a cosmetic surgeon. I was studying in 3E1 and 4E1, which is the pure biology class. I took English, mother tongue, elementary math, additional math, pure biology, pure chemistry, and combined humanities, social studies, which are social studies and history. I was also appointed as the 9th Vice President of Student Council. I was trying to cope with all these new commitments and leadership roles, which did take a toll on me initially, but my teachers saw me struggling and gave me extra guidance and lessons despite their busy schedules to ensure that I would be able to cope with all of my work. With much effort from both the teachers and myself, I managed to improve my grades.
As for myself, I took pure literature, D&T, and combined sciences consisting of chemistry and biology. Just like Nicole, the first 3 months were hectic as I was chosen by my peers to be the 9th president of the student council. In addition, all of these opportunities have made me realize the importance of time management. I'm also grateful for the chances to hone my leadership skills. In Unity, every student is unique and will have the chance to discover their leadership journey.
In Unity, we were also given the chance to go on an overseas immersion program. Some of the countries that students have visited were Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Taiwan, and China. We get to experience the culture as well as interact with local students there. The trip has truly opened my eyes to the culture of neighboring countries and instilled many important values in me. One major takeaway is the sensitivity towards other foreign cultures, a trait I think that is highly crucial in our daily lives in this diverse and globalized world. Secondary 4 was truly a crucial period as we inched closer and closer to our national examinations. Our teachers were constantly checking up on us and checking on our progress, as well as giving us motivational pep talks, ensuring that we do not give up. The school also played a huge role in helping me plan for my post-secondary school role. Ever since Secondary 3, the school has invited countless of alumni to share their post-secondary education with us from JC, polytechnics, ITE, and even universities. We were given talks counseling by our own career guidance counselor, and even trips to open houses of different polytechnics and institutions. Therefore, we ended off our journey in Unity being prepared and ready for our national examinations, as well as graduating with a heart full of values and a mind full of skills.
In conclusion, Unity is really a school of opportunities and platforms for a Unitian to develop oneself. From leadership to different subject programs like Leaders of English, Young Scientists, and to cultivating talents, we do have it all to suit your child's needs and interests.
What we both shared is just a tiny glimpse into our journey at Unity. Join our Unity family and create your very own memories and experiences. Choose Unity Secondary as your school. We hope to see you when school year starts. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria and Nicole. And I hope that parents will get a little bit of inside window and inside glimpse of how a Unitian and how we actually develop leadership. Now, moving on, we still have time for any of the Q&A sessions, and we are now looking at the questions that parents are actually typing in the chat function. So I hope parents, you can see the chat function. All right, I think one of the few concerns that some parents have actually raised up is about whether or not our school actually offer triple science. All right, so perhaps if I could invite level head of science, Miss Huang, to sort of answer this question. Do we actually offer triple science in our school?
Hi everyone. Yeah. So we don't offer triple science in our school, but we do offer double sciences. In fact, 2 classes of them. Double science. This double science policy is actually aligned to the entry requirement to JC and Polytechnic. So that is actually enough for. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so I was saying that this double science policy is actually aligned to the entry requirement to JC and Polytechnic. So we actually offer 2 classes of pure sciences. One class will be taking pure biology and pure chemistry, while the other class will be taking pure chemistry and pure physics. Each class we have about 40 students. Yes.
All right, Camelia, can I add on here?
Yes, sure, Madam Aini.
Okay, this is Madam Aini. I'm principal here. All right, I just want to clarify because there are also some questions, 8 subjects. Why are we not offering 8 subjects to our upper secondary? Now, I want to assure all parents that the requirement to go to poly and even JC, all right, our subject combination do meet. Now, to go into polytechnic, it requires English, maths or A maths, or I'm not saying N, maths or additional maths, science or humanities, and another 2 subjects. That is the subject requirement to go into a polytechnic. To go into a JC, it would be, all right, languages, either English or higher mother tongue. And then the next subject that will go into the computation is a humanities subject. And then the third subject is maths or science. And then after that, you have the remaining subject on in all 6 subjects. So when we offer the subject combination, we ensure that our subject combination will allow a child to pursue the courses even in the JC, because we have to offer a balance, all right, subject, in a sense that it must cover language, it must cover humanities, it must also cover maths and science apart from the elective subjects, right? So if we offer more than 7 subjects, 8 subjects, it would mean that the students will have less contact time with the teachers during curriculum hours, because the curriculum hours is only so much, let's say up to 2 o'clock. You divide it by more number of subject, each subject will have less curriculum hours, curriculum contact hours with the teachers. And with the 7 subject, the amount of time given, all right, for the teacher with the student face to face and online and offline is just nice. And it also gives the teachers to have greater attention, with the students as they teach the students. So to enter a polytechnic or even JC, it is not the number of subjects but that matters, but what matters most is the quality of the results that the student achieve in the O-level exams. So I hope this answered the question why we offer only 7 subjects and not 8 subjects. Yes, Camelia, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Aini, and I hope Madam Aini has clarified those questions. I think in one of the questions that we saw in the chat function is actually about food. Now, I'm very sure parents from P6 to secondary school, I think that would be some of your concern about pocket money and all those things, all right? So I think one of the questions that a parent raised was, do we have vegetarian options in our school? And I would like to invite Mr. William Bo to answer that question for us. Mr. Bo, please.
Hi, okay. Our canteen actually do not offer. We don't have a vegetarian vendor. However, our food store do offer vegetarian food instead. Yeah. So in short, we do not have vegetarian vendor. Thank you.
Yeah, so, but don't worry, parents. I think we do have very good food in our school canteen, right? And they are according to the dietary restrictions for most of the different ethnic groups. Now, another question that is being asked is about the requirement to do higher mother tongue, higher Chinese, as well as higher Tamil. I think that was one of the questions. Mr. Ong, if I could call upon you to answer the question, what is the requirement to do higher Chinese in Unity Secondary School? If, let's say, the student was not offered, for example.
Hi, Camelia. So for students who wish to do higher mother tongue, they'll be asked to come down for assessment by the mother tongue teacher, and after which we will make assessment whether is he or she suitable to do a higher level. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ong. I think there's another question that is asking about the piloting of the new school system. We are not piloting it next year. Okay, we are looking at it in 2024, 2024. All right, and definitely more details will be given nearer. Ah, there is this, okay, definitely I think we do know that, we are all your students, our students as well as your child are digital natives. So there is this question about the handphone policy. All right, so perhaps I will get Mr. Bo to answer this question about the use of handphones in our school. Mr. Bo, please.
Okay, regarding our school handphone policy, all students are allowed to bring their handphone. Okay. However, during curriculum time, meaning you say in classroom, for example, okay, students will only be authorized to use a handphone for learning by the teachers. Okay, they are not supposed to be gaming or chatting using a handphone during curriculum time. Okay, we do actually ask students to really use their phone to sometimes to answer certain questions during learning itself. Yeah.
Just to add on what Mr. William both said, because our school, the way that we teach and learn is definitely a very active learning process, and we do a lot of our learning on the SLS platform. I think for P6 parents, you will already know the SLS platform during the full home-based learning. So because of that, we do have enough devices, but sometimes students will actually prefer to use their own handphones to access the lesson itself. Now, moving on, we sort of come to an end of our E-Open House. All right, we would like to say thank you again,
Camelia,
parents, for your
sorry,
time. Oh, yes, so
Camelia.
sorry. Yes,
Yeah, there
Ms.
is a
Aini.
question I would like to
Oh, so sorry.
address by a
Sure, sure.
parent on the mother tongue in a primary school, because there's this question: if a student doesn't do mother tongue in a primary school, all right, approved to do other foreign language, how do we go about it in secondary school? So at the moment your child enters the school, all right, our HOD of mother tongue will ask the students, or will we will look at the students who are doing foreign language, and the child will continue with the foreign language that the child uh, did in the primary school. All right. And I want to take this opportunity to advise parents with students who are exempted from mother tongue and doing foreign language to please continue, all right, with the learning of this foreign language in secondary school, because bilingualism is a cornerstone, all right, of our education policy, and therefore the attendance of students for these foreign language classes is being closely monitored, and we do get copies of attendance record of these students at their own classes, language classes, and they have to sit for the exams because all these will be included in the computation of overall marks. I hope that answers. Over to you, Camelia.
Thank you, Madam Aini. I think the parents are actually fast and furious in the chat group. So I think one of the questions that they were asking is about the criteria to take AMATs in secondary 3, and it has been answered that at least 60% overall in the Sec 2 maths, as well as good grades across all the other subjects. I think very sure that parents have also been aware of the new initiative about one-to-one computing devices. I think they have been asking whether our school is going to adopt the iPad, the Chrome, or the tablet. We are looking into getting the Chrome devices. However, more information will be given next year when school starts. We are still looking.
Camelia?
Yes, Ms. Ng?
Yes, it will be a bulk purchase. So we will give more information to the parents once they are admitted to our school. All right, so do not do any purchasing at this moment. Thank you.
Yes, so don't worry so much. Okay, we will definitely guide our students as well as the parents. We will communicate much earlier so that that everyone is prepared for this journey. We're still looking at your questions, so do keep on asking in our chat group. Now, don't worry, parents, because this entire webinar is actually recorded and we will actually put it online. So in case, there were some questions that we answered and you didn't catch what was the answer, you could always access to the video. We'll put it up, so don't worry. At the same time, I think there is a school timing, the school hours, as well as supplementary class. Mr. Bo, will you want to answer that about school hours and supplementary class?
Yes, okay. So all students are expected to be in school, okay, on by 7:30. And on average, from Monday to Thursday, school will end, curriculum hours will end by 2 p.m. On Friday, 12:30. So in the afternoon itself, yes, there will be intervention programs and support programs given to students at the same time as CCA. So regarding the CCA, depends, it varies, depends on different CCAs will be on different days itself in the afternoon. Yeah, thank you.
Another question is actually about the training days for CCA. Mr. Low, would you want to answer that? For 2021, what are the different training days for certain CCAs?
Yeah, I think the question is directed to modern dance. So currently we have plans for the training days for modern dance to be on Wednesday and Friday.
Thank you so much for answering the question. Now, as you can see, we actually have the link of our school on top, which is the official Unity Site website. We also have our social media platforms, our YouTube channel, as well as our Instagram. So parents, if you're interested to know a little bit more about 2019, 2020, what we've been doing with the students before COVID-19, do visit our Instagram page to get that little glimpse of Unitian, the life of a Unitian. All right. Moving on, Do continue to visit our E-Open House microsite for more information. And if you see on top of the site, there is a tab that says more. We will be putting in all your questions in the FAQ. So you could actually just keep on asking us questions, and we'll try our very best to update this FAQ regularly from now until next week. We will continue, and we will actually look at all the questions, and we will put in 5 minutes. Now, actually the time is about 12:57. So we'll put in 5 minutes, and we will still be around to answer any of your questions. I know that today there are many schools that actually have their E-Open House. So on behalf of Unity Secondary School, we would actually like to wish all the P6 students congratulations for overcoming, for actually, going through a very interesting year. We would also hope that you choose Unity Secondary School as your first choice, and we look forward to partner you in developing your child. All right, so we will still continue to keep this webinar running for about 5 more minutes. And parents, if you have any questions to ask, do continue to ask in our chat function. Question about school discipline, as well as managing discipline. Mr. Wu, would you want to answer that question?
Hi, regarding the school managing of discipline itself, yeah. So we do have our student management team, and together with the student development team. And of course, yes, as what Madam Ani mentioned, sharing a lot of school values, or 5 school values itself. So at the start of the year itself, that's where we will actually be addressing the students in terms of expectations, very clear expectations communicated to them. At the same time itself, through our programs, through our student development program, that's where students have opportunities to really strengthen the values itself. Yeah. So for students who actually do fall off the line, who need additional reminders, additional structure itself, that's where our student management team will come in to really address the needs, answering the needs of the students. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will continue to have our chat session for another 5 minutes, and we will end this webinar at 1:05 sharp. Thank you, parents. so much, parents who have joined us today. We will end our webinar. Do remember that all of this webinar is already recorded and we'll put it up in our website. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Bye-bye. Have a good day.